All right, welcome back live at Drew's house, another edition. Hope everybody is doing okay out there. Another show to end the week, and we are flying right through February already. Settle down, winter. Actually, no, maybe a lot of you want to get out of the winter. We've been doing a lot of shoveling here the last week or two. But let's move right on along because my guests are already here, ready to go. One is in a car, I see. Hello, Dawn Pantano. Pantano, am I saying that okay?
Yes, you are. Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
Okay, and Sharon, your last name is?
Pozzi-Thomas.
Okay, Sharon Pozzi-Thomas?
Yes, you can go by Thomas.
Sharon Thomas. You two have, what got our attention was you have the Changing Tides Coffee and Donut Shop, and it's pretty much you've had to reinvent a little bit, like so many places in the pandemic. Why don't we start there? Sharon, you take it first. What is the big change up then?
Sure. So when the pandemic began, it quickly became apparent to us that guests would go out less and less as the world began to change and do things from home, which has held true. But we're very fortunate because the community has continued to come to our cafe tirelessly through everything. And while that was still happening, we realized there was a segment of the neighborhood that's been so good to us that we're no longer getting out. So while Dawn and I were working running the cafe by ourselves for a few nights and days, we got to thinking, wouldn't it be great if indeed that we could go out to the people? So how do we do that? What does that look like? First, we had to find a very affordable vehicle. So we did find a 2002 Workhorse. So as you folks see us driving around, it's a really pretty Band-Aid on a really old truck, but it's super fun. Kind of matches our really old building, which really goes with the town that or the city that we just love, Newburyport. We love it. So we are going to get in our truck and head out into the streets.
Very cool. Dawn, you're not in the truck right now. I don't think so, right?
I am not, no.
Tell me, and hold that thought for 1 second because he needs to go out. I'm very sorry. 1 second.
Oh, that's okay.
All right, Dawn. So we'll pick up here. I had to do people know who watch this show. The dogs interrupt a lot, so it just happened. Seamless transition, though. Dawn, I need to know, what was it like when the world stopped? Because business owners, I've talked to so many of them, and it was just like, we saw this coming. It's unfair. What do we do? What was your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it was scary. It was literally almost a year to the day from when we opened that we had to shut our doors for at least 10 days because we didn't have the staff. People were just afraid to come to work, and we totally understood. So, at that point it was, we closed, we cleaned everything from top to bottom. It took us about a week or maybe 10 days. And then Sharon and I decided we were going to start at least opening on the weekends. It was just her and I. We were baking at night and then opening during the day. And, people were coming, and that was really encouraging. And the community was so supportive. So we kind of felt like at that point that, we knew we could make it. We just had to get through the worst of it.
Yeah. At least coffee. People need their coffee. That's a lifestyle choice, right?
Absolutely.
Whose idea was it to go to the truck? Did both of you on the same page, or did Sharon suggest it first and Dawn looked at with crazy eyes, or who came up with it first?
I honestly don't remember. Do you?
No, I think it was very mutual. It was, we have to get the things out is kind of how the conversation began, and look at people aren't coming in, and we kind of together came up with that concept, and we didn't really even know what it looks like. And to be honest, we're going to send it out on its maiden voyage with her and I in it, running it. And we're still not sure what it looks like. We have our ideas, we have how it plays out, but thankfully Newburyport is full of very, very patient residents, and the community is always patient with us. They remember when we first reopened and the line was down the street and we didn't know what we were doing. Switching from a eat-in cafe to a 100% takeout cafe was presented with some challenges. We've enjoyed overcoming them all, but we still stumble some days. But like I said, we're excited to try this, and we can't wait.
Yeah,
we were talking a lot about, like, what are we going to do in the winter? I mean, I think we were like, that's what we were panicking over, because winters are tough anyway, and we were just like, what are we going to do? People aren't even going to be driving to work, right? Or taking their kids to school. So you know, they're not going to be just normally out like they would be. So that's kind of why we were thinking that concept, you know.
Have we decided who's going to be driving the truck when this thing takes off?
We both drive the truck. We've already take turns. We both thoroughly enjoy it. So it's we're very fortunate being friends for so many years. We can kind of finish each other's thoughts and know what needs to be done. So fortunately, all those decisions are very seamless. But you will see us both driving the truck around town. Both of us standing at the window, super excited to see people that we haven't seen in a while. And it's created quite a buzz on social media, and a shout out to everybody that's just trying it with us, taking the journey. And we're in the process of having a Name That Truck competition. It's going on. The contest is happening right now. We're going to decide on Sunday. We're literally going to name the truck, and the winner gets a $100 gift card to our cafe.
You get the ideas and they pick it? You have to pick it?
Yeah, we've had some really inventive, creative ideas, and it's awesome, you know. It's just
do you
really
remember
fun.
any of them off the top of your head?
Oh gosh, we've had so many. Rolling Tides, Holy
Rolling Stones,
yeah.
High Tide, Tidal Wave, you know, Sean, which was one of them for Sharon and Dawn. Somebody said Sean. The list, we have hundreds now to choose from, and we're looking forward to spending the weekend deciding what the truck will be called.
Well, that would be exciting. What is the, where did the name come from, Changing Tides, in the first place? Is that, obviously Newburyport's a big, you know, city by the sea, but is that pretty much the end of it, or is that, what did that title mean to you?
Sharon,
okay, so we had decided years ago, someday our dream was to have a business together, and I've been eating donuts every day of my life for 17 years. That's a true story. But we're both actually CPAs. So we were sitting in Boston in little cubicles, and we said someday we're going to change our life. And then we did a lot of seeking and working and challenging each other on what maybe this looked like. And we said, we're changing our life. So it's an ocean community. We're going to change like the tide changes. So that's where that came from. And then Dawn's son did the logo for us. So it's we're very passionate about the name and the logo, and it means so much to us.
Yeah, and I think we also wanted to, you know, change the way customer service is done. That was something that both of us felt really passionate about too, you know, is to try to up the game a little bit on that area. You know?
At what stage of life, if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you decided, you know what, let's get out of the cubicle? Because I think so many people run into those crises of stuck in that first, see, he's stuck in that first, second, third job. I'm just curious, what stage of life did that happen in?
When we first started talking about it, it was pretty early in our careers. And actually, I'm sorry to say, we both actually do have jobs outside of the cafe. So we're not quite totally out of the cubicle forever, but we're working on it.
That must help in a pandemic, because I'm sure that gave you a little bit of security as, you know, the business, if we can just keep it going, that's the important thing.
Right.
Absolutely. That was so important. And we just kept working day, and then we'd go there at night. So, but so I would say just, it's never too late. I will be honest, people thought we were crazy. Friends, family, you know, we had support, but I think the majority was, you two are crazy. Why would you leave a secure CPA job to do this? Well, it's what we love. It's not a job when you love it.
It's donuts. You eat them every day.
Donuts. And I think too, back to the name a little bit, the Changing Tides was very important for us to find, you'll notice we're just a little bit outside of the downtown area. We wanted to be part of the community, and we wanted an outdoor space. And our goal was, for wherever we were, for it to kind of become a space people could come and connect with, and that we would connect with the people. And that has exceeded every one of our expectations. We were very lucky with the outdoor seating. People could social distance while the weather stayed well. Guests come in now to pick up their food. They just think it's great. And we're looking forward to early March. We'll probably get that open again. But we have guests that literally come every day. We know them by name. We know what's going on. They know us. It's amazing. It's just been amazing. And we want to continue that. That's what we love, is just that. And so for us to go out, we're missing some of those people. We know that. And so getting out on the road will help with that as well.
Would you like to add to that one, Dawn?
Nope.
No,
She said it all.
said perfectly. I
Yeah.
love that. Again, Changing Tides is the name of the spot. You know it if you live in Newburyport. So how does this work? Can people, like, you're going to be out like a food truck, but can people like call ahead and say, can you stop by the corner of whatever and whatever streets?
Yes.
We really haven't ironed out all the details yet, but I think that that is the plan, that we'd like to be able to have them be able to track us down whenever, you know, they want us to stop, or they can email and maybe we get them on the next day stop or something. So we're still trying to figure that out.
I find it to be,
Yeah.
it's such a big move too, because there is this whole thing, and I know you have a lot of people that are, you know, coming anyway. I mean, you see people that, you know, there are people who haven't changed their lives at all through this thing, but there's certainly people that feel more comfortable than others going to a restaurant, even with the safety measures. And there are those people who just aren't going out, whether they have those underlying conditions or if they just really fear it. You know, that's perfectly understandable. And they've been saying that for everything. Concerts, I mean, even when they have concerts again, will people come? And there's that question that I think a lot of business owners are asking. I'm sure even when you had people showing up, I'm sure business wasn't quite what it was. And maybe you're asking those questions as well. Like, even when we're out of this, how long will it take for everybody to come back?
Yeah, it's a really big unknown, and it's just, I think we're trying to think out of the box and what makes sense and what keeps us moving in the right direction. And, you know, to the point of how does this work, you know, we have a vague idea. There's a certain area we're obviously not going to be in the direct downtown area. That's something called the overlay district. We spent a lot of time working with the city and kind of what made sense. They've been nothing but supportive and amazing. But, you know, Don and I have been driving around picking spots where we think we can pull the truck over. We've been receiving some messages and emails, and we take them all under consideration. People have given us some great ideas. You know, could you stop here? Could you stop there? Yes, the idea is keep giving us information. It is something that's being developed by the moment. We're doing a special this Sunday. We decided that we're going to take the truck and drive around and deliver food, so people can log on starting today till noontime on Saturday and order something if you live in Newburyport or Plum Island, and we will take the truck and deliver it. We don't know what that looks like, but people will be patient. We'll get the orders out, and hopefully we'll get some input on that day as well as to what kind of works. So it's whatever the people want. You know, we see people sledding on the hill, we're gonna pull over and say, anybody want some hot chocolate and donuts? I mean, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, we would also love to target businesses and be like, you know, this is a great HR benefit, you know, have us pull into your parking lot for 15 minutes on a Friday and send your crew out, you know, and pick up the tab, you know. So that's another angle that we've talked a lot about. So
that's a great idea. Again, we're joined here by Dawn Pantano and Sharon Thomas of Changing Tides Cafe. And they're changing up that business model a little bit, coming to you on the road. So I did a story back in the day it was Boston. It's a little different. Oh, still with us, Sharon?
Yes, I'm coming.
Oh, she's okay. She's coming back. Don't worry. There she is. I did a story back in the day on food trucks in Boston, and it was wild. I learned things about food trucks I never would have imagined. The competition, how you do not invade somebody's corner, what happens if a food truck bumps somebody out or is in somebody else's spot. It was a vicious world. I never would have guessed. You couldn't imagine some of the stories I heard. I'm curious, has any of this come up in Little Newburyport?
Well, it's funny because Metsy's has a truck and comes down to the airport and goes to events, and they've been very kind to us and spoken to us a few times. But other than that, the city actually had to create an application for us. We were the first ones to blaze this trail here in town. So it's our goal to blaze our own trail and stay away from the other small businesses. We want everybody to succeed. There is enough people. There are enough customers out there for everybody. So our goal is to do our own thing and make way for everybody. But that hasn't come up as of yet. And interestingly, what surprised Dawn and I in the last 48 hours is the influx for weddings, graduations, relays for life, all sorts of requirements, graduations. People, I think something that we thought about but didn't realize how fast it would take off is people are going to be doing outdoor events. So at an outdoor event, they're thinking something unique that they can bring to the outdoors. So that'll be fascinating too.
Bring the whole truck.
That's the idea of it. They're like, can you bring the truck? We're like, yeah, of course we can. Like, how fun is that? So you'll be seeing us at different events. The truck will roll through the towns Monday through Friday. The weekends, our guests will come to the cafe, but we're targeting the Monday through Friday at this point, and the truck will be used for events, evenings and weekends. So that's our schedule as of now.
Very cool. All right. Dawn, what is the, we'll get away from the changing of the venture here for 1 second, because I am curious. I drive to work. I'm at work by 4 a.m. every morning, and I see, you kind of notice the other businesses that are open at that hour. You know, it's like, oh, the lights are on there. One of them seems to always be donut shops. Seems like those people are up early with me. I'm just curious, what is the life like owning a coffee and donut shop?
It can be very interesting depending on the day. You know, we've learned quickly that bakers are their own breed of people, and I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever. It's just,
it doesn't sound great, Dawn.
No, I just mean when you're working overnight, you know, it's a different life, right? But you know, we have to be ready literally on a moment's notice, because we've gotten those calls at 3 a.m. that the baker's not showing up. And you know, Sharon and I have to get ourselves together, get down there, and start making donuts. So it's it's very minute to minute sometimes. But overall, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been great.
Yeah, the cafe is open quite a bit. There's always something going on there. There's people working, and you know, they're using the kitchen for different things. We're excited. We've just started to work with Crust Crave of Newburyport. They'll be using our kitchen, and we'll be selling their bread because we wanted something great to go with our soups for our afternoon menu on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the cafe, oven, and fryer seem to be on, one or the other, almost 24/7. So, and you know, when it snows, Dawn and I go in and have a good time. But if you walk by, you can usually smell the donuts, hear the music. There's a lot of music that goes on late night inside the cafe. So it's a lot of fun.
Tell me a little bit about that. We're a big music show here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Should we state our favorite station is 105.7 when we're baking? That's what Dawn and I, you know, we're aging ourselves maybe a little bit.
Right.
But yes, that is the station that we listen to quite a bit that helps us bake donuts into the early morning hours and keeps us awake. So
you're saying you do a lot of singing while making donuts?
Oh, yes. And a lot of, I will say, the bakers we have right now are just fun and energetic and phenomenal.
Amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah. They are just so fun. So yes, and we have people that come by and peek in the windows. You know, it's definitely a fun experience.
Cool. And in the final couple of minutes, so I do want to touch on one thing that always seems to come up in Newburyport. I guess it's part of why I fell in love with Newburyport a little bit when I first was brought into that community. The idea of, you've already mentioned at least 3 different instances of other companies helping other companies helping companies. It just seems like the place where that stuff happens a lot. Businesses helping businesses, people helping people. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we just recently are partnering with Harbor Creamery. They're going to be rolling out another sort of, I forget what the name of it is. Donini. Yeah, I think she advertised it today, as a matter of fact, on Instagram. And we're going to start hopefully selling her ice cream over our espresso drinks. So, you know, we try to find those relationships wherever we can, and we love to support any small business, and we appreciate them doing the same for us.
Yes, we had early on in the pandemic so something a lot of people don't think about is how do you get supplies, right, during a pandemic, and it can become challenging. And one time we were running low on milk, and there was a head chef from a local restaurant in line, And he said, I'll be right back. And we thought, what's happening? And he ran and got a half gallon of milk out of his fridge and ran it back. And it was just quintessential Newburyport. And then also our ovens went down one day. The church came over, turned on their ovens, opened their door and said, just use our oven, use whatever you need. So it's moments like that. And we had somebody just comes along and shovels for us. William just shovels for us. I mean, things like that, honestly, Drew, you can't even make this up. It's been literally, if you wrote in a storybook, what is an old community? I would say Newburyport's it, and we love it there. So thank you to everybody. We really, really mean that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even more important in a pandemic too, because you don't really know what business is really being hit the hardest. You probably have an idea, but some are definitely being hit harder than others. People are being hit harder than others. So certainly a good time to be helping people. Again, Don Pantano and Sharon Thomas of Changing Tides Cafe in Newburyport. What a cool thing, getting the truck on the road. We always end the show with some rapid fire. You ready to do it? We have to meet you a little bit. First
okay, we're ready.
And actually, before we do that, Dawn, I have to know, where are you? Where are you driving to?
We're actually going up to see ice castles in New Hampshire. That's so I'm parked in a rest area at the state liquor store in New Hampshire. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that particular one. All right, here we go. Sharon, we'll start with, why don't you answer each one of these first? We'll go Sharon, Dawn, just to keep the structure, and we'll get through it real quickly. Ready? First thing that comes to mind, favorite musician?
Billy Joel.
Elton John.
But you got two people that tour together.
Oh, yeah. Blake Shelton's right up there for me. That's a tie.
Oh, okay. Very good. Favorite movie?
Rain Man.
Oh, boy. I don't know if I have a favorite movie. This is bad. Sorry. Can't think. Pass.
Pass. All right. Favorite pandemic activity?
Making donuts.
What'd you say, Don?
Walking outside.
Walking and making donuts. Those are two very opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay. Biggest, what's the one word that you would describe it made you feel becoming a business owner?
That's a tough one.
Or you could take, how about this? Best advice for a business owner, a young business owner.
Absolutely love it. And you will, it can happen. Just love it. Make sure you do what you're passionate about and do it with someone that is of like mind, that has the same work ethic you do.
I would agree with that. I'd say fortunate was the word that came to mind, and just passionate and fortunate. Yeah.
And these might overlap a little bit, but best career advice you ever received?
Honestly, get an education so that you can, if you have a dream, my advice would be get a great education, apply yourself, because it will open up doors that you haven't even thought of.
Don?
Just don't be afraid. You're going to make a mistake. It's going to be okay. And you're going to learn from it, pick yourself up, and just keep going.
Very good. And final two, favorite food, it cannot be donuts.
Ooh. I'm going to go with ice cream.
I knew it was going to be a dessert.
You know it.
Mine is pizza.
Okay. And let's just one quick follow-up. Sharon, how have you ate donuts every single day? You look like a very healthy individual. I don't believe it.
Yes. I actually consulted my doctor about it, and because my family was expressing concerns about my heart health, so I stopped eating donuts for about 3 or 4 months. I started to put on the weight. I went to the doctor, and she said, eat your sweet early in the day. It makes your metabolism be fast, and then I'm not craving dessert and stuff at night. So it helps with that. And in fairness, I'm just blessed with an incredibly high metabolism. I eat, and 20 minutes later, I'm hungry. Ask Dawn. It's true. It's a good problem, bad problem, I don't know, but I'm always eating. So I'm very fortunate that I can eat a donut every day, and it makes me so happy.
That would be an awesome way to end. But I did want to just ask one more, which was whatever. Do we have final question? Do we have any legitimate fears about driving the truck?
I don't think we have too many fears as long as the snow stops making the roads really thin. That will be a challenge. I used to drive a truck and a horse trailer, which was also very fun. So no, we really don't. We just head out each day, and we've been driving around. You may have spotted us.
Don, are you just as comfortable, Don, behind the wheel?
Absolutely. I love to drive. So
I'd be very worried. I don't want to be driving the truck of donuts. I don't want to get the truck stuck. I would be very worried.
Well, if we get stuck, we'll probably laugh about it and then try to get some help to figure it out.
And it's Newburyport, so people will help you. There you go.
That's right.
No doubt. They'll be there.
All right, Don Pantano, we will let you go and continue your voyage up north. Have fun checking out the ice castles. And Sharon Thomas, thank you so much, of Changing Tides Cafe in Newburyport. Great conversation about kind of changing gears in a pandemic. And of course, go visit them if you're comfortable. And certainly when we get out of this thing, go visit. Thank you both so much. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right. I am suddenly hungry. Changing Tides Cafe. Go check it out. Good spots, good people right there. Hope you enjoyed that. Nice Newburyport business. And it's cool to hear about all the Newburyport businesses helping other Newburyport businesses. I absolutely love that stuff. Hope you're doing all right out there. That takes us to the weekend. Hope you enjoyed the shows this week. I hope everybody's healthy. Stay healthy. Get through the winter here, folks. Get vaccinated when you get your shot. All that good stuff. When you get your shot at a shot, I guess is how we say it. All right. Everybody be good out there. Live at Drew's house, another edition. Peace.